Have you ever wondered what happens when darkness takes hold of innocent creatures? What if I told you that animals, even humans, can become vessels for malevolent spirits? Today, we unveil shocking footage that captures these chilling phenomena, leaving us questioning the very nature of possession. Starting out with this demonic goat, our story unfolds on a seemingly ordinary farm in Sciolistein, Netherlands, where an unsuspecting goat becomes a center of attention. What starts as a lighthearted moment quickly turns into an unnerving spectacle as the goat manages to turn its head nearly 360 degrees, just like Regan McNeil from The Exorcist. As we watch the footage of this head-spinning goat, we can't help but wonder if there's a supernatural force at work. Is it a mere anatomical anomaly or a sign of possession? While we hope for the sake of the onlookers' laughter that it's not possessed, we know all too well that head spinning is often just a tip of the iceberg when it comes to the realm of the supernatural. If you thought that was hard to explain, you're not ready for this security camera footage of a woman acting strange in a supermarket. In this viral clip from China, an unsuspecting woman becomes a vessel for an evil force. As we watch the eerie footage unfold, the woman casually walks down the aisle. Her attention was momentarily captured by a package mysteriously flying off the shelf behind her. With the utmost courtesy, she turns around and places it back where it belongs. Little does she know that this seemingly innocuous event is just the beginning of a nightmarish ordeal. The force controlling her leads her to stumble and fall, attracting the attention of a concerned young woman who attempts to assist. However, a spine-chilling screech from the possessed woman forces a young woman to retreat in fear. In one final, bone-chilling scream, a powerful force ripples through the store, throwing back the people restraining her. It appears that the last scream has expelled the entity that possessed her. Parrots are creepy because they can copy human language, but this one is particularly strange. This Reddit user was freaked out when his parrot started acting up when he saw Quentin Tarantino's Inglourious Basterds, particularly when there were Nazis on screen. That's when the user got particularly suspicious and decided to have a little experiment of his own. They started reciting satanic Latin chants. And guess what? The parrot goes bonkers. It starts bobbing around, doing its usual low, buzzy talking thing, as if it's responding to some supernatural summons. Later, it even declined the treat that its owner had offered and kept laughing in a human-like manner. Creepy? Well, definitely. We don't know about you, but this parrot is definitely cursed. While we're on the subject of household animals who suddenly start acting weird, this cat staring directly into the camera will give you the chills. In a video that later went viral, a white chinchilla Persian cat sits in a man's backyard and looks directly at him. Sure, everyone found this video cute later on, but at the time, it was a clear sign of demonic possession. Now it's easy to dismiss this as a funny video of a creepy looking pet, but there's something unnerving about Wilfred, the cat's eyes. It's like he knows something that he shouldn't know. There's no way a cat's eyes can be that wide open in horror. But wait, this possessed girl on a train in Edmonton is even scarier. A seemingly ordinary day on a train in Canada took a terrifying turn when an unsuspecting woman suddenly unleashed a violent attack on a fellow commuter. The woman seems to be fine at first until she starts acting strange, twisting and turning her head and emitting strange sounds from her throat. The shocking footage captures the unsettling moment as a brunette woman inexplicably lashes out, gripping the man next to her by the throat, leaving people in utter disbelief. As the chaos unfolds, the attacked man, in a desperate attempt to defend himself, tries to fight back and pursue the satanic woman, but she effortlessly kicks him away, displaying an otherworldly strength that sends shivers down the spines of those witnessing the bizarre scene. This bone-chilling incident sent shockwaves through social media as a viral video spread like wildfire, captivating the attention of millions. It's obvious that this woman is definitely possessed. You know the paranormal exists when Pope Francis performed this exorcism on a man who's definitely harboring some evil energy inside of him. At St. Peter's Square on a Sunday, right after Pentecostal Mass, Pope Francis approached two wheelchair-bound individuals. A priest leans over to whisper something to the Pope, and his expression takes on a more serious tone. With a firm grip on the top of the individual's head, Pope Francis pushes him down into the wheelchair. As this unfolds, the pontiff recites an intense prayer, and in a startling moment, the person's mouth drops open wide, followed by a sharp exhale. It makes sense that he'd carry out this exorcism because the Argentine Pope made his belief in the existence of the devil abundantly clear, often referring to him as the enemy and emphasizing the need to constantly combat this force. Sure, the Vatican tried to say the whole thing was just a prayer, but everyone else seems pretty sure it was an exorcism because it definitely looks like one. Now, a dog can either be a man's best friend or his worst nightmare. Just like this man's girlfriend's dog, who started acting a little too crazy out of nowhere. In this video that Scott Baxter posted on YouTube, he wrote that his girlfriend was going to work and gave her dog Moose a new bone. But the dog was in no mood to share this bone. At first, it's hard to tell if the title is true, but we are quickly proven wrong. It's clear that the dog really does not want anyone near that bone, and the way that the video received a lot of views for such a small-time channel makes it obvious that the dog is definitely possessed. He seems to be making some unnatural sounds that come from the bottom of his throat, and we're pretty sure that dogs aren't that possessive of a bone. Speaking of possessed dogs, here's a poodle who isn't cute at all. When Olga Horvat claimed that her poodle was possessed, no one believed her at first. Horvat shared a story of bad luck that struck her family soon after Princess the poodle entered their home from a bedbug infestation that cost them a whopping $7,000 in exterminator fees and legal battles, to an autoimmune disease that afflicted her husband and even her daughter facing a potential expulsion from school due to a troubling incident. It was a whirlwind of misfortune, all seemingly connected to Princess. In her book, Paranormal Pooch, Horvat explored the theory that her dog had become a vessel for a demonic spirit. She believed that some kind of malevolent presence had attached itself to Princess, causing the bizarre chain of events that unfolded. As fate would have it, Princess met an untimely end just 4 months after entering Horvat's life. Mysteriously, she fell down a flight of stairs while under someone else's care. It's clear that something was definitely inside Princess this whole time. Speaking of possessed animals, when this goat started walking on its hind legs in a video that went viral online, the owner was in a hurry to sell the goat as soon as possible. The creepiest part isn't even the way that the goat is walking straight without falling over, but how a chicken seems to be following it obediently. That goat obviously has some powerful spirit inside it. Sure, the goat might have taught itself to walk on its hind legs, but there's something very chilling about this video that suggests otherwise. Speaking of scary incidents, when this family chimp went ballistic and brutally attacked his owner, it was obvious that something was controlling him. It all started on a seemingly ordinary day when Sandra Harold welcomed the gentle and charismatic chimpanzee into her home. Many people in the neighborhood adored Travis, who had been living as a domesticated pet. However, on that fateful day, something unimaginable occurred. Without warning or provocation, Travis's demeanor inexplicably changed, leading to a terrifying and violent assault on Sandra. The attack was so bad that Sandra was left permanently disfigured and had to get plastic surgery. Sure, a lot of people claim that it was because wild animals couldn't be kept as pets, but we think it's because something else took over Travis that day. So, from possessed goats to chimpanzees who go crazy, that's all the possessed animals and humans we've heard about. Is there a creepy incident you know about? Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.